What up, Hyperchange? Welcome to another episode of Investing 101. Today we are going to keep it really simple to start out. What is the business you are investing in? It is really important to remember that investing in stocks is owning a piece of a business. When you buy a share in a company, you are buying part ownership in the fundamental underlying business. And the way that your stock moves in the long run will be dictated by how that business does. What does Apple do? They sell phones, computers, and laptops, and then they also sell software services on top of those. What does Tesla do? They sell cars and they sell batteries and solar roofs. What does Shopify do? They sell software that enables merchants to sell. It sounds so simple, but it's so fundamental to understand that when you are buying a stock, you are investing in a business and you need to fundamentally understand what that business does. That means Googling the business. That means going to their SEC filings and reading the breakdown where the companies describe exactly what their business model and strategy are. The more you know about a business, the better your likelihood of being able to outperform and out-research other people who are trying to analyze and understand. You're not going to be good at investing unless you're passionate about it and you put in a lot of hard work. And the first place you can start is actually researching the company you are invested in and the products it sells and understanding its business model. Before I can predict whether Tesla's sales are going to grow or decline, I need to know what product they're selling, the car, is it a good product? Are people likely to buy more than they have been in the past? Why would they do that? Probably because they're going to come out with a cheaper price point car. Cheaper price means more people can buy it or afford it. And these are the kind of analysis you have to start walking through to really rationally and critically think through your investment thesis and the long-term value of the company. So it's super important to understand your business model. Are you a biotech drug company that's spending hundreds of millions of dollars right now with no revenue because you're investing on the 1 in 10 chance that your drug gets approved and is a breakthrough and will generate billions of dollars in profit? Sure, that's high risk, high reward, and that's a totally different business model than selling one bottle of soda at a time like Jones Soda does. But, you fundamentally need to understand this, and then you can start working back the economics to get to a good valuation. I know Jones is selling soda. I can start doing projections that they can sell one bottle of soda to every person once a year for $2. That means they can do this much in revenue, and it all starts with fundamentally understanding what the business model is. What do they sell? Who are they selling to? There's a business behind every stock. That's the gist of this first episode, and that is what I kind of want to burn into your guys' brains. And it sounds so simple. Most of you guys probably 100% already know this, but I just can't stress it enough that the simplest way to start doing investing homework and doing due diligence is to start researching the company. Google what they have. Read every news article about them. Read every interview with the CEO that came out. YouTube product reviews on that. This is why I only buy companies and businesses that I can understand. Because if I've never used your product before, or I can't talk to anybody who's used your product, my insight on how that product is probably really bad. That's why when people tell me things like, oh, what about this oil stock? Or what about this lithium miner? Well, I've never been in the position to buy oil. I'm not the guy buying lithium. I don't understand how the dynamics of that market work. I don't understand if this is a good mine or a bad mine because I've never even been to a mine. Not just look at a stock because your friend gave you a tip, but to think about businesses that you can actually fundamentally understand because you will have a huge edge. If you love makeup, then start looking at makeup companies because chances are you have incredible insight into the business model of makeup companies because you're a consumer. The most fundamental thing is to understand how a business works. The easiest way to do that is to be a customer or know a customer. And if you're not, then you're going to require a lot of research to be able to fundamentally understand what is going on. Buy things you fundamentally understand the economics of. If it's a car company that's in China and you've never talked to anyone who's ever bought any one of their cars and you've never heard of it other than because some guy on the internet said it was a good stock, that's probably going to be a really bad investment idea because you fundamentally don't understand anything about your business model and won't unless you do hundreds of hours of research. It sounds so simple, but I would argue that most people aren't doing the homework to really understand the fundamental business model of the companies they invest in. So understanding the business is the first place I would start. All you got to do is Google, read, and then you will learn more and you can become a self-taught expert about that company, and that is the best way to start investing. I'm already invested in Tesla, but the work doesn't stop there. I'm reading articles about the company every day. I'm constantly Googling to find out the latest news. I want to stay at the cutting edge of their business model, how it's doing, their new products and services that they're releasing. Literally every tidbit of information about what the company's doing is important to understanding their overall business model and eventually valuing it, looking at the financials, and making projections on what you think the company will be worth in the long term. So we're going to get more into the financials and things like that next episode, but I thought it was really important to start with something Focus on what you understand and make sure the business that you're investing in, which you plan to own for the long term, is something that you can feel comfortable with and a business model where you understand the economics. That's Hyperchange. Good luck out there. See you guys next time. Peace.